Today I'm going to be showing how to create the leaves for Isoldes Thorn. I'm just using a little bit of scrap yarn, not the yarn that I actually used. So basically you would normally use for the pattern C1, but for this just a bit of scrap yarn will do. So we chain 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Place a stitch marker in the closest stitch to the hook. Right, go in there if you can. There. Clip. Alright, so that's done. I have chained 9 and placed a stitch marker in this chain that is right close to the hook. Now I'm going to work a half double crochet US terminology into the third chain from the hook. That done. The next step is to DC into the next chain. Again, we're working in US terminology. So 1, 2 there. Right, now we need to work a treble into the next 4 chains. And into this very last little one, we're going to work 7 treble. Oops. That's 3 done. So that's 4. All being placed into the same chain. That's number 5. There, come on, behave. 6 and 1 to go. Right, now we're going to work down the other side of the chain here, and we will work 4 treble. Get rid of that out of the way. 1 into this, first one into this chain, which is opposite the other treble on this other side. That's number 2. That is 3, and we have number 4. Right, we're going to do a double crochet, again US terminology, into the next chain. Then a half double crochet into the next. This one's always a little bit tricky. There, get in there. Right, so we've done that. Now we're going to slip stitch to the stitch with the chain marker, which is that one. So there, we've slip stitched to that. And that is a total of 19 stitches. Now round 2, chain 3, and slip stitch into the same space. Single crochet into the next 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, now we need to do 2 single crochet into the next 7. Right, now I'm going to work 6 more single crochets, 1 into each stitch. And then I'm going to slip stitch basically into the same spot the chain the stitch marker is in. Right, now we've got to finish the leaf off, so that involves slip stitching down the centre of the leaf, but we begin with a chain 4. Slip stitch back into the same space. So we've changed forward, we've just created a little point. So now we're going to slip stitch 7 right down the centre chain between the stitches. Doesn't matter if this isn't exactly accurate, you might have an extra slip stitch. I might just remove that stitch marker now so we don't need it anymore. That's in the road. Right, so I've done 1, that is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, now I've got to go across where this hole is, so I'll do 2. I'll do 1 into the hole and 1 into the other side of the hole where we did the 7 trebles. Right, now I'm going to slip stitch into the single crochet. Then I am going to chain maybe 7. 1, which end have I got? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This will make the stem of the leaf. Then I will slip stitch into the second chain from the hook and slip stitch into each chain across. Stella, stop panting, that's my dog Stella panting again. Right, so that's got the stem done, and we just need to anchor it by going back through the slip stitch we've already done at the centre and the edge single crochet. Pull that through, cut the yarn leaving a long tail so that you can sew the leaf on, and then just simply pull it through. And there you have 1 leaf, and the leaves will be attached. Fold down the neck warmer edge, and this is the valley where the flowers are, and you attach 2 leaves here on this edge, so if it was folded up, so they basically go on the wrong side, it says folded down. Then the other 2 go on the edge of this belly, and you sew the center, the stem and the center, and I left the tips so that they were loose, and it goes down the center. This one I left on a bit of an angle, so the end, because this is the shorter side, poked out a little bit, and that is that.